You said you'd help me with my problem, but he's still here. Dr. Dekker. He wants me to kill people. He wants them to follow me to the sea, to the creature. It eats them. It's getting stronger. Dr. Dekker says when it's strong enough, it's going to walk again. That's why I black out. He doesn't want me to know. He doesn't want me to remember. I'm feeding a beast that wants to eat us all. You've got to tell me, Doctor. You have got to tell me the truth. You're dreaming, but your dreams are the truth. Don't forget me when you wake. I don't know how I'm in your dream, but now we're together. Let's play a game. I say a word, you say a word. Ready? Guilty. Murderer. Murderer. Wrong answer. Now you're stuck with me. 3 little words and I'll let you go. Yes. Yes, you do. You rang my doorbell.
The truck driver
The little girl
killed himself.
David is weird.
She's watching me.
I need to put David
Molly,
out of his misery.
is it okay to steal things?
Sleeping tablets.
Fingerprints?
Dead bodies.
I saw Jessica.
Should I kill David?
Hilda died last night.
Do you think I should tell her about
Psychokinetics?
the photos?
Dr. Dekker seemed to like a drink.
Bit of a drinking problem.
It's probably the same for Jaya.
One of his patients was trying to kill him,
He lent me some money.
leaving him messages.
Creature, human flesh.
I'd teleported.
Do you have that dream, Doctor?
Oh! Oh, Doctor. You look... There's something I need to tell you. I can't find Dr. Dekker's prescription pad anywhere. I'm not sure when it went missing, but I don't remember seeing it for a while. Yours is there, but I'm scared one of the patients may have got their hands on it. Let me know if you find it, anyway, and ask me about Mariana later. I've got news.
Why would someone steal Dr. Dekker's prescription pad? I didn't even know he had one. I prefer actions over words, Doctor. You know that. Wow. That's a low blow, Doctor. And after all our sessions, I'm not a thief. Even the loan, that was just unfortunate.
I think you know who killed Dr. Dekker, so you're gonna have a good day. Can we talk a bit about hypnotism, though? I've heard you can plant key words in people when they're hypnotized. How would I know if I had any? I think that the hypnotism didn't take, but maybe Dr. Dekker did hypnotize me, and it did work, and he told me to think that it didn't. I think I found one of the key words. I can't say what it is. I don't want to trigger it. I was on the phone to my dad last night, and he said something, and boom, I fell asleep. Normally I wish that kind of thing would happen, but it just happened. I phoned him back, I thought it was seconds, but it was an hour later. I asked him what he'd said. He'd watched some NASA program. He was reading off planets. It was one of them. I don't want it to be triggered. Pluto's not a planet, is it? And why are you even trying? So he did plant me with something. I have absolutely no idea. Did you find out what the key word is? What is it? No. Don't say it. Write it down for me. And thank you. You know, there's something I've not been telling you. It's about time travel. This might feel like the darkest timeline, but it's not my darkest timeline. I didn't kill Dr. Dekker. I'd look at one of your other patients, or maybe even your assistant. His prescription pad's missing. The one with all the death threats on it. Do you think the murderer took it to cover their tracks? I suppose it could be a coincidence, but I'm guessing whoever murdered Dr. Dekker stole his prescription pad. I read a book about time travel. I thought what was happening to me was a type of time travel. I couldn't control it, but at the end of each day, I would travel back in time to the beginning and live it over again. I'm like Doctor Who, but I don't have a TARDIS, and I can't choose what time I go to. Except once. The doctor said she was legally still alive. The only thing they could do was starve her. Hannah didn't die in the accident the first time around. It was worse than death. She wouldn't have wanted that. I was looking at a photo from around the time of the accident. I had a lot of alcohol, which I think was probably necessary. I jumped back to the junction. I started pulling out, but the lorry was already on us. I drove into the lorry to make sure. I didn't wake up in hospital, because I woke up the next day, present day. Things had changed. Her obituary changed in the press clippings I kept. It said she was killed instantly. Nothing else changed. Her family seemed to hate me more, which is ironic because the first time around, they pulled her off life support. So I saved them the indignity. Now they just think it was my careless driving that caused her death. Things have been interesting, thanks to Mariana. We went on a date. What sort of? She texted me this bar she was going to, and I just turned up. She can dance. I was transfixed most of the night. Next thing I know, I'm lying in my bed, at home. The room's spinning. The day moved forward. In fact, every night I go and watch Mariana dance, the day moves forward. Do you think Mariana likes me? So what you're trying to say is that Mariana is just using me and has no interest in me romantically whatsoever. Thanks. That helps my self-esteem. I'm at peace with Hannah now. I can save her. And I'll keep trying, but I must move forward. I did kind of ask you not to talk about this anymore, but I suppose you're not taking notes. I haven't been lying. As far as everyone's concerned, she died in that car accident. Instantly. I didn't have time. I jumped back to the split second the accident happened. The truck was already on us. I swerved left the first time, so I tried right. If I could have saved her, I would have done. I didn't want her to die.
I'm fine, Doctor. I went to the beach, swam under the sea, and returned to tell the tale. No blackouts. Nothing. Dr. Dekker asked for his loan back after diagnosing me as sane. In his opinion, my blackouts and everything else were fictional. He had no proof, of course, either way, or I'd be cured, but he asked for his money back and I didn't have it. Why would I do that? Dr. Dekker transferred our loan agreement to Claire at Castleford. She bought him out. I owe her the money now. I don't know why she did it, but Dr. Dekker got repaid, and now my agreement is with Claire. You should ask her. I don't dream, Doctor. I haven't dreamed for years now. People follow me into the sea. I don't force them, they just follow to see the creature. Yeah. I did say that was a dream, didn't I? Is it easier to swallow, knowing it's the truth? The truth is, I'm not like you, Doctor, or anyone else. I can swim to the bottom of the ocean for hours, and people follow me, even if it's the last thing they do. I'm not sure what you'd call it. A wisp? A star? It's so bright and warm and loving. I don't know why it leaves me. It only wants the others. It feeds on them. When I look down, I black out. But if I can just keep looking forward, no blackouts. I can just swim back to the top when it's finished. You really want to know? If I look down, it's writhing, just limbs of people from the clubs and the bars. Not just from this week, but last week, last month, last year. They all look terrified, but somehow still alive. The creature, it's all inside them, poking holes through them that they shouldn't have. It just eats them. Slowly. The missing people. That's where they go. I don't know I'm doing it. I swear I don't, Doctor. The creature. I hear it. It's hungry. Nobody can know. It's our secret. I can't explain what happened with John. He followed me back from the bar that night and swam with me under the ocean. I blacked out. He'd gone. You must have read about John in the news. He was a local student who went missing. He was a looker, and he had a way with words, but he was also a cheat. The creature liked eating him a lot. But I can't explain what happened next. It's our secret. What will you tell people, that I'm feeding people to a creature at the bottom of the ocean? What proof do you have? You can't tell on me. You know what you do to me. When you visit, I let you do it because sometimes I'm ashamed of what I've done. You make me feel like I deserve it. I left him to be eaten, and the next morning he turns up in my bed at my house. He's not wet at all. No signs he's been in the sea, but he has holes in him. Lots of holes. His inside is on the outside. Just a ball of tangled worms. And now they're blaming me, but you knew that, Doctor, didn't you? That's why I'm here. You get inside me, Doctor, and it hurts. And you don't care. They think I killed John and some others. They need to know whether I'm insane or not. No, the creature killed John. My lawyer, he says I'm insane, but that he needs you to rubber stamp it. Do you think I'm insane, Doctor? I told you how grateful I'd be. But you need to fix my problem first. If they try me as sane, I'll be in prison for a long time. And then, how would you get your reward, Doctor? You're a naughty one, Doctor. You know you visited my home. Why do you keep denying it? Don't you remember? That's a shame. You had fun. If you can't remember, I'm certainly not going to enlighten you. She's the woman that took over the loan I had with Dr. Dekker.
I'm worried about you, Doctor. And the fingerprints on the bottle? Sorry, I dropped it. I've been reviewing your files. I know, I'm sorry, a bit naughty. But have you considered that Mariana may have murdered Dr. Dekker because of the money she owed him? She had most to gain. She got all the money if he died. And it makes most sense, doesn't it? You just seem a little different from the person who turned up all those weeks ago. You don't talk to me as much as you did. You flitter between patients in a daydream. Tell me what things are bothering you. Don't joke about going insane, Doctor. That's one thing I can't let happen on my watch. If you become insane, then I'll snuff you out. I think I'm okay with the grief now. My mother died suddenly, and I think I was projecting Dr. Dekker's death to be about her. I know they're not related. Dr. Dekker had, in my opinion, become clinically insane, and it was rubbing off on the other patients. Maybe I would have put a stop to it, but I didn't need to. The grandfather paradox did that for me. Dr. Dekker killed his grandfather by going back in time. At least he thought he had. An earlier version of himself knew this would happen, so to prevent him from preventing himself from being born in the first place, he took an overdose, sleeping tablets and alcohol. At least that's how he explained it to me before he did it. My mother died suddenly, like Dr. Dekker. For her, though, it was different. She burst into flames. I was 7. They said she must have been smoking and drinking on the sofa, but she doesn't smoke or drink. Professor Alderby said it was spontaneous combustion. Dr. Dekker's prescription pad is still missing. I'll let you know if it turns up. I didn't know anything about that. If I have any grievances with my employer, I spit in their coffee. I hope that's how you like it. Don't become like Dr. Dekker. I think that somebody killed him because he was using them. There's some footage I can't show you because it would affect you too much. Suffice to say, when Mariana told him she could breathe underwater, he wanted the same power for himself. So instead of trying to cure her of it, he'd try and amplify it to see how it worked, so he could imagine it for himself. I think he did that with all his special patients. I think he wanted all of their powers. If you believe in that sort of thing. Any patient who presented with psychokinetic issues, they were his special patients. Towards the end, he began ignoring all the other cases. Most of the patients saw it as a curse, what they were experiencing, what they were unwittingly doing. Dr. Dekker saw it as an ability, a power to be harnessed and used for, well, God knows what he was going to use it all for. So we made them give in to it, and it consumed them, consumed all of them. Whether you believe any of that or not is your choice, but they did, which made them angry. And that's why I think he was murdered by a patient. It's not your job to find out who the murderer is. It's the police. You can only point them in the right direction. Murder is a means to an end. There's a lot more going on here you should be thinking about. A fictional space god that's resting at the bottom of the Atlantic. It's not likely, is it? Or maybe you think it is. Have you spoke to Mariana today? Your patients will always be a bother, but you're caring for people. We do still care, don't we, Doctor? In a few weeks' time, there'll be a whole new bunch of faces with a whole new bunch of quirks. Let's not have a whole new doctor, shall we?
What about the prescription pad? Someone was sending Dr. Dekker death threats. Had no idea. You never said anything to me about it. Yes, I took it. I had to. Dr. Dekker told me he could use it to take away my gift. I'm good. I feel better. Last session, that was all negative. I don't want to be like that. I made you something. A little thank you for being so nice. They're cookies. I'm a happy person. And really, what's the point of being miserable? It doesn't matter what's going on at work or anything. Happy is the only goal. Max told me that. I think some footballer might have said it. I told you about Max, right? Didn't I mention him before? Yes, but you don't know the whole story. Max is 77. He was one of my patients. I thought he was dying, so I shifted for him. Became an old sweetheart of his, apparently. Only Max didn't die. He actually got better somehow. And then he came and asked me to do it again. Eleanor, her name was, or is. Like I say, he doesn't even know where she is now. But she obviously still loves him. When I shifted, I felt all fluttery and excited. It's so sweet, isn't it? Yes, Max and Eleanor had dinner on Valentine's Day. I felt a bit weird when he asked me. But he said he just wanted to have one more date with her and then he wouldn't ask me again. And to be fair, he was a perfect gentleman. I mean, I didn't want to have that conversation. I suppose he was just trying to cure me. I mean, I thought he believed that I could shift, but maybe he didn't. Maybe he was just humouring me the whole time.